Hello there, folks. Hey, this is Joe Wazoo here today. Hey, I got one of these new DXMR90-4K products, and first time I want to play with it here, and I got it out of the box, and I want to see if I can get one of the ports to act just as a digital input and maybe an output here on this thing. So it's the first time I play with this thing, and I'm going to use the DXM software to interact with it. So here's the DXM configuration software. I'm going to go ahead and scan for DXMs on my network. See if it finds it. There it is. The default IP address of the unit out of the box is 192.168.0.1. So I'm going to hit the connect button here. All right, it's connected. And if I go over here to register mapping on the IO link tab, you can see that all the ports are set up as IO link masters here. I'm going to hit the pull down here, and I'm going to make this one be a digital input for this example. Leave this alone here, digital input here. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to go save this XML file, and then after I save it, I'm going to go ahead and send it to the unit by hitting the send here. Okay, it's going to reboot. There we go. Should be rebooting. And if I go down here to tools, I can look at registers on this particular unit. And I believe, let me go to the documentation here, if I can get this thing to stay up here. Maybe not. Well, let's go right here. Okay, so I finally got the documentation up. And what I'm looking for in here is I'm looking for the port 1 status here. I want to look at port 1 and see if I can find the IO here. So as I go through here, here we go, process data input. Notice right here, it's got a register of 40,000, 1001, 41001, and it's got all this stuff compact in one particular word. And then it also has another one for the other registers. So if I go back to the DXM software, and if I change this to, I believe, 1001, and I'm just going to do a block of 16 for this. All right, let's go ahead and enable polling. Let's see what happens. So notice right now that that register apparently has a number 320 in it, decimal. There's a bunch of bit patterns, but if I take some dry contact wires, and if I take the white wire to the brown lead, you can see something happens there. That's magical. You can see that. What if I take the black lead to the brown? Oh, look at that. The other input is showing up on 1002. Okay, so we got that working. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Okay, so that tested out correctly. Notice that register number. So I went another step further, and I wanted to take a Redline, HMI, or some other Modbus device to take a look at this. So let me show you the Crimson database I'm playing with. Here's the Crimson database here. If I go over to communications, notice that I'm using the Modbus TCP driver here. And then underneath there, I have that, usually it's PLC1. I renamed it to this number here. And there's the IP address, 192.168.0.1. Okay. If I go over here to data tags, here is that register we're looking at, 40,101, which if I hit the pick button, I have a 101 here. It's the holding registers, word is word. And then I also went to the next one, 40,102 in here as well. And then I went a little step further. Because those are full 16-bit words, I went and actually dissected the message and to look at the individual bits in here. And where did I get those messages or those bits? Let's see if I get this page to come up again here. Well, there it was right here. So here we go. Bit 0 is connected. Bit 1 is some process data valid. Bit 2 is this event pending, and so forth, all the way down through here. Bit 6 and 7 are the status for inputs 1 and 2 on it, or input 1 and output 2. And then down here you got bits 10 or bits 8 through 10 that cover some other information here. So I did here in Crimson set up all of these, and notice something. As I go down, this is the first one. I changed to bit array little endian. This is bit 0. If I go to the next one, it's bit 1. Everything's going to the same word. I want you to notice that. Next one is event pending, whatever that means. Ready for ISDU. I need to study a little more on that. This bit here is input pin 4, and this is pin 2. And then down here, pin 4 mode, it's actually looking at bits 6 and 7 there. So I'm doing a little compound message here, or a little bit of a formula tag to shift over. And then if I go to the Format tab, I've deciphered that to these modes here, which is what the documentation showed. And then if I click on this other tag right here, it's bits 8, 9, and 10. So I'm doing a AND statement here, and then I'm shifting over just to get those. And then on the format, I have these words here to show up. And then I don't know what I'm doing on this guy. I don't remember what that one is. And then down here, oh yeah, this is the output. Yep. And then I've got some other ones. So that's what I'm doing here. And then display pages. This is what I have on the main one. Oh, by the way, we're going to be using port number 1 right here. So then I've got this all mapped here we can look at. And then I went even further and just showed some wiring in this case that happens when I interact with this. So right now we have the DXM, I believe, set up for inputs. Pin 4 is an input and pin 2 is an input. I believe that's what I've got. So let's go look at the web browser here from the Red Lion unit. Here's the web browser from it, and that's the main page. If I hit the next one here, all right, so here I am looking at the raw data. So if I take my wire and if I jumper the white wire to the brown wire, you can see that in the whole word right here, something's changing. And down here, I mapped just that specific bit. So you can see that there, that's pin 2. And if I take the black wire, which is pin 4, and go across here, you can see right there that that shows up on that one. Now, if I go to the next picture here, I went a little further here just to make it kind of cool. That's right now I'm doing a dead short across the white wire to the brown wire, so you can see that there. I also want you to notice that on the block, the first light here is actually showing up. So if I had a camera on the block, I don't have one, but that's really what's happening. And if I take the black wire and go across there, now the other LED is showing up on there. And if I take both of them right now and turn them both on, there's the dead short I got there, or the both inputs are coming on. So that's with input 2 and 4 being inputs. That's how it operates. Now let me go back to the DXM software, and let's say that I want pin 2 here to be a digital output. So I'm going to save that as a digital output. I'm going to save my file, my XML file, and then I'm going to go ahead and download this to the unit. Give it a second to download and reboot. Always paying attention down here, folks. All right, device is rebooted. That should be good. And if I go back to Crimson now, oops, go back to my web browser here. Yeah, if I can get this thing, there we go. All right, so I'm going to go back to this page. Now, let me take the white wire to the brown on here. Oops, or maybe the black wire. Okay, so there's the pin 4. There's the black wire. Shows up right there. If I do the white wire, nothing's happening there. However, if I go to the next page here, or right here, I can actually turn on the output here. And if I go to the next page, if I had a light on here, you can see the light actually would come on right now between these two conductors. So that's the other out, the pin 2 being used as an output, and pin 4 is still the black wire. There's me shorting out pin 4 across there. So pretty cool idea there. I'm just using that port as a digital IO point depending on how I have it configured here in the DXM software. And I wonder here, let's go over here real quick. And if we go read these registers while we're doing this live, let's see here. Oops. See, it should be in Poland. We let it run here again. Okay, so you see that number 576. That's interesting, isn't it? If I take the black wire to here, aha, so there's the other pin. And that all shows up correctly in the Crimson Red Line unit. Where is my page? There we go. Right here. So if I turn this off here, what does this show? Let's see if I get this to enable polling. Okay. Oh, you know what it is? The output, that's a good point. The output register is not this 1001 and these here. If I go back to the documentation, can't I get this through? If I slide down a little bit, the output is register 1051. That's where I use that from. 40,151 is the output, and that's what I'm firing here. Bit 1 and bit 2 for either pin 2 or pin 4 here. Now, the other one didn't show up as an input or didn't show as an output work because over here, I only have this set up as digital input 1. I bet you if I went down here and changed this, I could use that as an output as well. Anyway, just a quick video. I'm just playing with the DXMR90-4K. Pretty cool product from Banner. Just thought I'd show that off real quick. Hey, thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day.